rebellious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut off. All these external factors and pressures around us. Last week, Friday, or 2 Fridays ago rather, this bombshell just dropped Trinidad. Clico. Almost gone through. They control a quarter of the country's economy in a sense. And all people who would have invested monies in Clico and its subsidiaries were panicking. Went to Republic Bank for 2 mornings. I was passing by the bank. If you see people inside there, until they had to put up a ceiling as to the amount that you could withdraw, no more than $30,000. But in reality, you take it out to put where? When you take it out from there, where are you going to put it? Because some of these things are chain reactions, domino effects. The whole system is intertwined. And if we read the news and listen to what is taking place, it's one and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. So the truth and the reality is that there is really no safe hiding place. And if you think that the old method is good, well, that mattress ain't going to work. Yesterday morning, Saturday morning, my tenant called me and says, Pastor Glasgow, thieves broke in the house. Found a bolt cutter, cut the locks, smashed up the door, took his computer, took his stereo set, and then wrote obscenities on the wall, went upstairs in my part of the house and stole the television and whatever. Where are you going to hide from these characters? I thought my house was well burglar proof. Invested lots of money for that. But you can't hide. And if you take on these things, if you really take on these things, you walk around the place pulling your hair out of your head. Go mad. Because it could cause you to be stressed, depressed, and frustrated. So I have a policy in life. I don't worry myself about that. I already prayed my prayer for them, those characters. I'll tell you the prayer if you ask me in person. But I have a policy. I insure my property and then leave God to watch it. If God allows the angels to fall asleep and let some of them come and take it, God is going to provide for me. Because I can't be sitting up whole night waiting until the thief come to see when the thief come. No, I don't have time for that. I have more time to do for God's work. But what causes anxiety though? Anxiety can be the result of unconscious conflict, one person said. It can be learned by example. Sometimes you have parents who are anxious about everything. And because parents are anxious about everything, the children also become anxious of everything. It can come from childhood conflict, this author says. It can come from present-day situational problems, and as what we are experiencing now, the economic downturn and the crime situation. It could come from being anxious about being anxious. And it could come from fear of inferiority or poverty or poor health. Anxiety can come from those things. This author, Collins, outlined 5 broad areas where that causes anxiety. He says the first one is threat. When we feel threatened, people who perceive danger is close by. And sometimes there's nothing happening around, but you feel something is about to happen. You're lying down in your bed and you're worrying, oh gosh, something is going to happen tonight. And every night you go through that torment, eventually it's going to wreck your nerves. You know, so the fear of perceived danger, the threat of one's feelings of self-worth or separation or unconscious influences that comes upon us from time to time. And he talks about not only threat but conflict. Sometimes you have two goals that you want to accomplish, but they are competing against each other. You want to do this, but you want to do that. And in trying to do both of them, there's a struggle. And you become anxious. And eventually it hurts you. You desire to both to do something and not to do something. Should I do it? Should I not do it? And you go on debating for days and weeks. Should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? And after a while, it begins to affect you. And then he talks about not only threat and conflict, but fear. Sometimes people are afraid of failure. I become anxious because I'm afraid of failing. And it's amazing when this issue of, when fear has this way of gripping, and as I described it the last time, it paralyzes your system. A dog is running, sometimes a dog is, you know, the Bible talks about Satan is like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And Shambach used to say, Reverend Shambach used to say, the roaring lion has no teeth. And he's quite correct. The old lion has no teeth. But no teeth doesn't mean that it can't do anything. So what he does with the absence of the teeth in his mouth is that his roar is so thunderous and it echoes in the valley. And so the prey, when he hears the roar of the lion, the prey, instead of running away from, because of the echo that is taking place, the prey runs to the lion. And of course, the lion grabs him and rips him apart. So what the enemy does is that he thunders this roar in our spirit and this roar in our lives. And so we become so afraid that we are crippled and paralyzed by fear. When fear comes, there can't be faith. Fear dispels faith in God. That's why the Bible says God has not given us the spirit of what? Fear, but of love and of what? Power and of a sound mind. Fear causes us to lose rational thinking. When we become afraid, we no longer could think straight. That's why when people are afraid that you have to, and you don't frighten people suddenly. You don't scare people. You know, long ago, one of the tricks that people used to play is to scare people. And you know how many people got good hard lash? Because they tried to frighten people. Person is calm and not expecting anything, and you jump on them, and they take up a piece of wood and hit you.